Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about a well-known architect and one of his projects. I will divide this video into three parts. The first part will be an introduction about the architect and his ideas. The second part, we will walk through his building. And the last part, we will discuss the building in details. So without further ado, let's begin. Charles Edward Jenner, or as known, Le Corbusier. He is an architect and a city planner. Was born 1887 and passed away 1965 at the age of 77. Le Corbusier is one of the creators of what we call today modern architect or international style. This movement was defined by rectilinear forms, open interiors, and weightless structure. In other words, forms follow function. 1927, Le Corbusier published his book in English, 2 Words on Architecture, and in his book he mentioned 5 points of architecture. We will be discussing them in the next part of this presentation. In 2016, 17 projects by Le Corbusier in 7 countries were inscribed in the list of UNESCO World Heritage. And it's good to know that his career spanned 5 decades and he designed buildings in Europe, Japan, India, and North and South America. The 5 points of architecture can be summarized in this picture. Number 1, Pilotis. Number 2, free facade. Number 3, robin window. 4, open floor plan. And 5, roof terrace. Number 1, Pilotis are supports such as columns or pillars that lift the building above the ground or water. They are traditionally found in fisherman's hut in Asia and Scandinavia using wood. They allow the architect to make more use of the floor space. It could be used as a parking space, driveway, or even a garden. Number 2, free facades, or the free design of the facade. It's separating the exterior of the building from the structure function, since the facade free from the constructions totally. In other words, you can remove the facades of the building and keeping the building standing without any problem. Number 3, ribbon windows, or horizontal windows. It's cut through non-load bearing walls. These strips provide even lights and panoramic views. I recommend you to check the project Villa Savoie to see how Le Corbusier applied these ideas into his project, even though we're going to discuss it later on in our own project. Number 4, open floor plans or free floor plans. It's flexible living space that could adapt to changing lifestyle, thanks to the absence of load-bearing walls. In this example, it's Villa Savoie again, where Le Corbusier applied his idea clearly. Number 5, roof terrace. It's a roof garden on a flat roof that can serve a domestic purpose. This idea has been applied clearly in the project Unité Habitation Marseille that we will visit in a few seconds. And now I would like to start our visit to the building. We will walk through the building while I will be commenting on some points that we have talked about earlier. In this part of the building, we can see the Pilotis concept pretty clear. The whole building is standing on concrete columns. There's 1,600 people on 18 floors. The building is 165 meter in length, 24 meter in width, and 56 meter in height. The roof becomes a garden terrace that has a running track, a club, kindergarten, gym, and a shallow pool. Besides the roof, there are shop, medical facilities, and even a small hotel distributed throughout the interior of the building. The Unity habitation is a city within a city, functionally optimized for the residents. The Unité habitation of Marseille. It's one of the most iconic projects and one of the basic references points for any architect. Planning was begun immediately after the Second World War II, and the construction completed in 1952. The timing was really important for this building. Le Corbusier believed that the tower block was the solution for rehousing the masses that had been displaced during the Second World War II, and that the high-rise building could be used to create spacious city homes with the same comfort as a typical street. Le Corbusier had the idea of utopian city earlier. Example on it is the Plan Voisin. It's a solution for the center of Paris drawn between 1922 and 1925. The city was designed originally for 3 million people, but it has never been built. The closest thing that have been built is our project, United Habitation of Marseille. And to understand the construction of the project more, I will leave you with a short video that talk about the construction. Later on, we will end up this video with a question, just like addenda.
He creates several different type of apartments in the same building, from studios for single people to double-story residences that span across the building. All of them use the same configuration: 3 floors, 1 interior hallway. This is very efficient because 2 hallways feed 6 actual floors, so the necessary space to access the apartments is really reduced. He also has 2 different balcony heights for each apartment. In floors 7 and 8, he creates a public space, a space where neighbors can spend time together among other equipments, and what he called internal street. Also in these levels, he creates a brise-soleil to control sunlight intensity. All apartments have a terrace, and every terrace has a different color. The rooftop contains the vast majority of the public equipments of the building, a garden and a terrace, as well as an open and closed gymnastics space, a solarium, a sprinter's track, and a snack bar.
One of the descriptions that I read about this building is that it is a vertical garden city. So my question for you, do you see any connection between this building and a garden city? If yes, why? And if no, why not? In the end, I would like to thank you for listening.